All right, let's see if I remember how to do this. Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another weekly devotion for you today. I'm back from my 2-month sabbatical, and one of the things that was really important for me to do during that time was I wanted to learn some mindfulness practices or some self-reflection techniques so that I could have a better grasp, a better handle on my own daily habits and patterns and what those meant for my life. So I've been reading A Quiet Mind by David Koontz. It's a collection of just brief meditations, and Koontz is an author, self-help nonfiction author. He spent 20 years in ministry, spent 20 years in psychoanalysis, and these readings now are some useful things that I thought I might share a few at least with you. So today this reading is about walking. Solvitur ambulando. The literal translation of St. Jerome's Latin words is, "It is solved walking." In other words, if you have a problem to solve, or a decision to make, or a crisis to face, or a knotty question to resolve, take a walk. Take a walk? Yes. Jerome must have had many problems to solve. He's known for translating the entire Bible from its original languages into Latin, and he must have known this walking around wisdom from first-hand experience. He would return to his writing table, refreshed from his walk, able now to render a sentence that had resisted his previous efforts into the smooth-flowing language that is the hallmark of his translation. In many ways, the 4th century challenges of Jerome are probably not much different, at least in their type, if not in their frequency, from the 21st century problems we face today. Walking solves problems because it allows the soul part to rest while the body part works. It allows the mind to notice the air, the light, and what's going on in the village. These processes refresh the intellect and allow it to cut through what formerly had been too tough a surface. This working it out, this clearing and refreshing, are processes that happen on their own during the walk. You don't have to bring your problem to be solved with you on the walk. If you do, it might not work. Rather, leave the problems behind, then go for a walk. This is an all-win proposition. It's enjoyable, it's refreshing, it's a way to solve problems, and it's free. Got a problem to solve? Leave it and take a walk. Saints, have you ever experienced that? Have you ever tried just setting your issues aside for a minute and focusing on something else? Sometimes we just really need to get a break from what is stressing us out in order to gain a new perspective on it. And taking a walk or performing some other repetitive physical task can often be a really helpful thing. In fact, modern science and neuroscience has shown that the connection between our thought processes, our mental processes, and our physical processes is a lot more tightly linked than we might realize. The Hebrews long ago, I think, knew this. The Hebrews knew that there was an inherent connection between mind and body, but somewhere along the way through Greek philosophy, we lost sight of that and started thinking that the mind was its own thing separate from the body, and we could think our way out of anything. It's not true, though, is it? And maybe you have experienced this walking on our prayer labyrinth. I've seen many of you use the labyrinth out in the church yard. You may have seen me use it. I've seen plenty of people from our community, just strangers not known to the church, using this prayer labyrinth. And the purpose of a labyrinth is basically just like Jerome suggested, to give you a chance to walk in a way that is guided. There is only one path to walk on the labyrinth. You're not going to get lost. In a way that you don't have to think hard about, but you can kind of automatically do. And while you do that, while your body is busy with that, your spirit is able to connect with God, perhaps in a new way. I think this is important for us to remember and to try when we are struggling with something, we are anxious about something. It's often our tendency to focus directly in on it and to stress ourselves out even further with it. But the more we think, the more frustrated we get. Sometimes what we need is to walk, is to be busy with something else, to set the problem aside for a minute and let God speak in his own time, not try to force an answer to come in our time. Saints, I wonder if you'll try that this week with whatever issue you might be facing. Hopefully it's a useful technique, something that will help you and help you to see your problems from a different perspective. I hope you're doing well, saints. I hope that you are staying healthy, and I will be praying for you. Hope you'll keep praying for me. And hope y'all have a good week. Take care. I'll see you again soon.